This tune-up has to do with counteracting all the time that we're spending, which is closing in on about an average of 6 hours a day on our electronic devices. And although these devices offer us immeasurable benefits, unless we're being mindful and observing good posture, which we probably aren't unless we're really, really attentive, then this class is all about realigning to release the tension and the stress that we build up in our necks, shoulders, and upper backs. So let's just begin with warming up the shoulders by lifting them up to the ears and rolling them back, and inhale them up and exhale back. This is something you can do when you're sitting at the desk waiting for that all-important email. Probably not all important, but you want an answer, right? And while you're waiting for that answer, you might be getting a little tense in the shoulders and the neck. So you may as well move instead of reading something else that you're just not interested in. Do something useful, right? Okay, and then get up out of your chair too. Every half hour, don't sit for more than an hour without moving. Sitting is the new smoking. All right, so just get up and twist. Now, just doing this, slap your butt with your hand that's going around the back. Get some energy in your ass because that's what you've been sitting on, and there's probably nothing going on down there, but now there is. Okay, and then let's just spend a little time bending our knees. Point your toes out. Have your knees going out over your toes, and then bring your arms up into the goddess position, and then press your elbows back. Press them back, press back, press back. Inhale into victory. Exhale, goddess. Inhale. Exhale, goddess. You know what? And when you smile, something just happens. I'm sure it releases chemicals, good ones, inside of you to lift you up and make you feel more energized. And that will do. And then bring your arms behind your back. Interlock your fingers. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. To be honest, this is so simple and yet so effective, because when you do this, you lift up at your sternum, you pull your shoulders down, you flatten out in the front, and you open your chest to breathe better. And that makes you smile, doesn't it? You know what? Good posture, paying attention, improves your digestion, breathing, elimination, and the all-important levels of energy, because some days during the day our energy is tanking. Often it's just because we're collapsed. So we're not digesting food, we're not breathing well. It's worth paying attention to. All right, let's take a wide stance, about 3 to 3.5 feet for warrior one. So all of this is about opening up the shoulders. We'll do some other things for our neck in a moment. Make sure the heel of your front foot creates a straight line through the arch of your back foot. Your front foot's 90 degrees forward. We're going to do both sides, so whatever side you're doing is fine. And then your back foot about just 10 to 15 degrees pointing in. And then inhale and sweep the arms up. Now here's an opportunity to lower your shoulders. Feel your shoulder blades moving down your back, not up, because that's what up looks like. This is what down looks like. Makes your neck a little longer. And then here's where we're going to really open up shoulders and chest and the back. Place your front forearm on your front thigh. Take that top arm up, over. Now stretch and reach up. Okay, breathe, go up. Exhale, bring it over your ear into Parsvakonasana, side angle bend. Feel that stretch and keep making your top shoulder go back. Okay, open up. Now inhale, coming into triangle. Once again, you're pressing your top arm back. You're opening up this whole area. Inhale, come back to warrior two, peaceful warrior. Be sure you're stretching up, reaching up, looking up. And then lower that arm down. We're going to transition now into warrior one. So scooch that front foot towards the outside of the mat. Bring your back foot forward. Have about 6 inches between your heels. This will help you orientate your body so that it's facing the front of the mat. So now your feet are going to be about 2 to 2.5 feet apart, not more. Okay, hips, chest, shoulder to the front of your mat. Bend your front knee. Whenever you're bending your knee, unless otherwise told, you want your knee directly over your ankle, and you want to be able to see your big toe inside of your knee. Okay, now sweep the arms up, keep your shoulders down, coming into warrior one. No big deal yet. But just moving the shoulders creates the synovial fluid that bathes the joints to keep them lubricated. If we don't move, no fluid, we get all stiff and tight and wonder why we have no energy. Now bring your arms behind your back, interlock your fingers and really squeeze your shoulder blades together now, and then look up. Breathe in, exhale, keep your legs as they are, back leg straight, that's your anchor, front knee bent, and you're leading with your heart, bringing your torso between your legs, not literally, but figuratively, and lifting your arms up and over, coming into humble warrior. Now every time you let your head just hang, that weight, about 12 to 15 pounds, allows the neck to release tension and stress. It also creates space between the vertebral discs. Inhale, let's come back up. Release your arms. Give them a good shake out. And then release your back knee onto the floor. Bring your left elbow, or whichever knee is in front, so it happens to be my right knee in front. I'm going to bring the opposite elbow outside of the knee. I'm going to open my palm. You're going to place the other hand on top, and you're going to lift that back knee off the floor and come into your twist position. So press the elbow against the knee, releasing upper back tension, stress in those upper vertebrae. And releasing. Bring your hands to the floor, step that front leg back, and just walk your dog for a moment here. Again, give your head a gentle movement back and forth, forwards and backwards. Just releasing the tension and the stress. And then take your hands back towards your feet. Standing in Uttanasana with your knees bent and your head hanging, let's slowly roll up, one vertebra at a time. And your head will be the last thing to come up. And give everything a little shake out. Okay, let's do the other side. Starting in Virabhadrasana 2, your knee over your ankle or your calf lines up with your heel. Make sure you've got a straight line between the heel of the front foot and the arch of the back foot. And then make sure also that your shoulders are directly over your hips. Sweep the arms front and back. Warrior 2. Now, lower your shoulders, lengthen your neck. Bring that front forearm onto your front thigh. Take your back arm. We're going to come into this a little bit differently. Sweep it down, around, and over your ear. Reaching and stretching. Just the very act of stretching releases tension. Cats and dogs know this one. That's why after they rest, they get up, they stretch, then they lay down again. Okay, take the arm that's over your ear and bring it straight up. Reaching up, maybe even looking up. And now straighten the front leg, coming into Trikonasana. Don't hyperextend the front knee, but the leg is mostly straight. And then come back into Warrior Two. And lower the back arm, down your back leg, coming up into a peaceful warrior. That sounds like an oxymoron, doesn't it? Or exalted warrior. Okay, so bring your arms down. Let's orientate our bodies for Warrior One. So walk your front foot towards the outside of your mat. Have about 6 inches between your heels. Bending your front leg, your back leg is straight. It's the anchor of the posture. Sweep the arms up, coming into Warrior One. Now when you lift your arms up, there's the option, of course, bringing your shoulders up with you. But no, that's not what we're doing. We're lowering our shoulders, keeping the chest open and lifted, and then bring the arms behind the body. Interlock your fingers with your knuckles pointing towards the floor. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, lifting your heart, looking up, and then on an exhale, begin leading with your heart to bring your torso between your legs, close to your front bent thigh. And once again, please let the weight of your head stretch out the cervical vertebra. I mean, how often? We don't do this normally in a day. We've got that head of ours pressing down, along with sometimes poor posture. And believe me, the angle of your head forward increases the weight and the tension, not just on the vertebra, but on the muscles in the back of your neck. And you can prove that to yourself. Release your arms and slowly come all the way up. Bring your legs together. Just take a moment. So head, this is your normal position, should be. Bring a little device in, and the next thing you know, your head might be at 15 degrees, adding 12 pounds. At 30 degrees, you're adding about 30 pounds of tension. At 60 degrees, it's 60 pounds of weight. That's what that is. And if you put your fingers on your muscles, on your trapezius, and you start to bend your head forward, you start feeling these muscles get tense. So if you're spending 5-6 hours a day with your head forward, no wonder you have a headache at the end of the day. No wonder you have no energy. Let's come on down onto our bellies. But that's not the case. Yoga addresses all of these issues beautifully. Okay, so we're going to do a modified cobra pose. And here's what we're doing. So place your right hand on the mat beside your body, and then you're going to take your left arm and sweep it. Actually, let me start with my right arm, because then you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to take your right arm, sweep it along the floor, bend at the elbow, and then bring your hand onto your forehead, lift up, and make that salute. And release and take it back. And let's change. Extend the other arm out to the side, sweeping, bend at the elbow, lifting the head, neck, and shoulders, and salute. and bring it back down. Let's change. Extend the right arm out to the side, sweeping, bend at the elbow, place it on your forehead, and salute. And releasing. Extend the other arm, sweep it around, bend at the elbow. As it nears your forehead, lift the head, salute. Back down. One more time, other side. Sweep the arm. Bending, lifting, just the upper body. And back down. And left arm, last time. Lifting, and come back down. Place hands underneath the shoulders and let's press up. Knees are underneath your hips. You're going to inhale the right arm up. Exhale, thread the needle. Release your shoulder and side of your face to the floor. Pressing back up. Lifting. Exhale. Thread the needle. Inhale, up, exhale. Threading that needle, just spend a couple of seconds here. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathing in, breathe out, and then tippy-toe the fingers of that left hand. Reach and stretch the left arm out in front. Bring it back. Pressing up. Let's take the left arm and reach it up. Exhale. Thread the needle. You can bring the side of your face to the floor or close enough. And then inhale, bring it back up. And thread the needle. Once again, reaching up. Exhale, thread the needle, releasing shoulder, side of face to the floor, and tippy-toe the fingers so that the other arm is straight out in front, and breathe in and out. Now, interestingly, breathing in and breathing out helps to create a neuromuscular repatterning of the spine. So good deep healing, inhaling and exhaling while you're waiting for that all-important email. Doesn't hurt to then focus your awareness on your breath. Take your knees wide apart, big toes touch. Slowly take your buttocks down towards your heels and reach your arms out in front as you lower your torso and forehead onto the floor. Now, bring your hands together, interlock your fingers. You can release the pointer fingers. And then we're going to inhale just the lower arm up and over as far as they can go. Hands in prayer, release the fingers that were interlocked. And slowly lower them back down. You can interlock your fingers again, but release the pointers. One more time, keeping the elbows on the floor. You're lifting just the lower part of the arm up. Release the interlock. Bring your hands into prayer. Namaste. Keep bringing them over behind your head. Exhale. Sorry if I'm shouting because now my face is close to the microphone. I forget sometimes. Okay. Fingers are interlocked. Let's do this one more time. This is just a really nice stretch for the shoulders, upper arms, deltoid muscles. Those are the muscles on top that are really pretty when they're buff. but more important is functionality than pretty. Okay? Hands are in prayer. Up above your head with the elbows on the floor. And releasing the hands down. And then bring your hands under your shoulders. And let's press up. And come on over onto your backs. Bend your knees, place the soles of your feet on the floor. Lift your shoulder blades up and tuck them under. Tilt your chin towards the center of your chest. Arms are beside the body with your palms facing down. Press the small of your back into the floor. And as you peel your pelvis off the floor with your chin tucked in, feel your neck begin to flatten towards, or maybe on the floor. It may not be all on the floor, that's not the point. We're just creating a little stretch in the back of the neck here, flattening it out, and lower. So notice how the neck releases when you lower your torso back down onto the floor. And on an inhale, one more time, press the small of the back into the floor. With your chin tucked in, feel the neck begin to flatten. Bring the arms under the body, interlock the fingers, do a little rocking from side to side. Knuckles are pointing towards the heels. Hopefully your arms should be flat on the floor, and slowly lower your torso onto your arms. If your arms are not flat on the floor, please hold the bridge position or take your arms and release them out to the side. Otherwise, a beautiful counteractive movement to rounded and hunched shoulders. Inhale, lift the body up once again. Exhale, lower the torso onto the arms, under the body. And inhale. Release your arms and slowly, starting from the top of your spine, bring your body all the way down. Draw the knees up into the chest. Take your arms out to the side. And now lower both knees over to the left and take your head to the right. So this is as much about the neck as anything here. Obviously, we're getting a stretch and a twist. Other things are being worked, but inhale, bring the knees back to center as well as your head. Keep your knees glued together. Lower both knees over to the right side and take your head to the left. So focus on your neck. Inhale, back to center. One more time, knees to the left, head to the right. Head to the right. Notice if maybe your neck went a little bit further this time. Twisting. Breathe into it. Inhale, keeping feet, knees together, head to center, knees to center. Last time, knees to the right and head to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Bring your hands underneath the backs of your thighs. If you have any back issues, you may want to roll over onto your side. Use your top arm to press yourself up, or rocking up. Bring your legs in front. Pull the flesh away from your sits bones, sitting nice and tall, really tall. Now I'll do the mirror image. Bring your left foot outside of your right, interlock your fingers 2 inches below, pull your torso up towards your bent thigh. Place your left hand behind you to prop yourself up. Inhale the right arm up, reach and stretch up. Now try not to scrunch the lower body. Let your spine feel like a corkscrew, where it's twisting more from the top than the bottom, because you're trying to release. Bring the elbow outside of the knee or around the knee. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. Major posture for releasing tension and stress from the spinal column, from the upper back, from the shoulders and the neck. Sometimes we're like statues. We forget to breathe. We forget to move. Some of us even forget to eat and drink water. Well, I don't know how you think this machine is going to run if you don't take care of it. Your car won't, and you're not going to either. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, release and counter twist. The thing about the body is it's incredibly forgiving, and it does everything it can possibly think of, steal from the spleen to feed the pancreas. I don't know, but we shouldn't tax our bodies any more than they're already taxed. And by the way, who wants to get old fast? No. Don't you want to stay nice and young and juicy? Yes. Okay, so keep smiling. All right, you're going to cross the opposite foot onto the outside of the other leg. Place your right arm behind you to prop yourself up. Inhale the left arm up. Reach and stretch. Exhale. Twist as much as you're able, keeping the spine long. Elbow outside of the knee. Inhale. Lengthen from tailbone right up through the crown. Exhale. Twist as much as you can. And breathe. So we know there are many, many benefits to this pose. Lord of the Fishes, Matsyendrasana. But we're focusing on releasing tension and stress from the neck, the shoulders, and the upper back, especially because of all the time we're spending with our wonderful electronic devices that we might have a love-hate affair with. Can't live without them now. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, counter twist to the other side. Come back to the center. Bring your knees off to one side. And let's just do one more Vajrasana. This is a thunderbolt pose. So we're going to take our right hand, place it on the sacrum with the palm facing up. Lift the left arm up and then bend forward. The weight stays in the legs. Left arm forward. We're going to bring the left side of the head down to the floor. Inhale, up. Let's change arms. Left hand goes back, right arm goes up. Reach and stretch. Exhale, come down, and bring the right side of the face to the floor. Inhale, up. Exhale, bring that arm. Remember, your palm is facing out. Inhale the left arm up. This time, let's put the right side of the face onto the floor as we come down with the left arm. Inhale, up. Change arms. Right arm up. Exhale, bring the left side of the face onto your mat. And back up. And bring both hands onto the back with the palms facing out. Sit back in Thunderbolt. And now go and be your own personal bolt of lightning and love. Namaste.